Right then, welcome back. Today we're going to do naked attack, the best type of attack if you were to ask me. 5 events, so 3 races, 2 time attacks, various decent tracks for a change, bit of thought gone into this one, and every single one is on a race modified naked bike, which is different, but I don't mind it. So bike wise, we're going to use hopefully stuff from the Power Naked pack, but there is a little bit of the CB1300 gets used twice. So I've not used the ZRX1200R yet. We're going to give it a go, and this bike held the lowest expectations, but actually was probably the biggest surprise of the bunch. It's just a nice bike. It works. Yeah, it's not mega fast, but it's just a really nice bike. We've banged the difficulty back up to 120% after the cluster that was the Nürburgring or Nordschleife Master event. So I've gone back up. We're starting at the back as per normal. I know I didn't show the setup. I'm sorry. I used qualifying to set the bike up and then don't set a time and then came in and didn't show it. I do apologise. It's been a while since I've done this properly in the format that I want to do it. So Cadwell Park, 5 laps. It's not the full race, it's just the first lap and the interesting bits. ZRX1200. Yeah, it's nice to be back. One done. Nice and easy, that one. I say easy. Nice and straightforward, for the want of a better word. Won by a good few seconds. Not the easiest track in the world to pull out a massive gap and not make a mistake. So second one, Interlagos GP on the race modified CB1300 Honda. Good bikes these. I used to have a CB1300S way back when, one of those bikes that I should never have sold. My wife always kindly reminds me that I should never have got rid of it. A filthy full Yoshiwara titanium exhaust on it as well. Weighed about as much as a good poo, and it was very, very, very naughty. Anyway, Interlagos, wet, time attack. So, somewhere in between a wet setup and a dry setup. We don't want it too stiff, we don't want it too soft. And attempt 1, not good. This was difficult. This was not a straightforward one and done time attack. The second time attack is even harder, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So 140.3 was the target, and we did a 140.6. Now, I'm not saying I expect to achieve gold on the time attack straight away, but it was quite surprising that it was a bit of a naughty target. So I softened the front end off a little bit, a bit more front grip, because I don't really need the tyre to last very long. And we went again, and well, this one's tight, really, really tight. Done, but is it gold? Well, I wouldn't show a full lap and do a silver, would I? So 140.3 target, 140.136, so a tenth and a half. Interesting. Third one, race, Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. What a lovely name. It positively rolls off the tongue. And torn between the Z1000 2014 and the XJR 1300 2006. It's a fast track, so I went with the, in theory, faster bike, the newer Z1000. Setup wise, this is a setup that I used in qualifying, but I didn't make any changes for the race, and I forgot to show you the setup on the last one. So tyre wise, hard front tyre, just because there's so much front end on it. So this was a bit chewy, it was a little bit sticky. This habit I have of running into the back of people didn't help. So attempt 1 was an absolute disaster. Attempt number 2, again, not really used to the handling, struggling a bit, run into the wall and fall off. So I come back out, muck about with the setup just a little bit. I'm looking to change tyres, I'm grasping at straws basically. I just need to give it a chance and let it develop into this downhill, uphill, double right hairpin thing onto the back straight, and I run over the curb and spanner it. So yeah, steep learning curve on this one. Again, I'm in the setup, I'm looking for solutions that aren't there. I've just got to give the bike a bit of space and let it breathe. And this was a bit of a sweaty palms race. This, I wouldn't say it was easy, it was a bit of a struggle, and catching the leader was hard. We got there in the end, obviously, but yeah, this was a fast and difficult race. and it's only just done as well. That was not a massive gap with my little penalty, couple of tenths of a second. Very nice of the leader to fall off, a little bit of pressure. The AI still don't like pressure, obviously, but it's done. 3 down. Time attack, Akiyama GP. Now this, I've already used the CB, thought I've used it in a wet setup, it's not a problem. I'm now on a dry track. I will just stiffen it up a little bit and I'll go for a medium and a soft, even though it weighs about 9 tons, and we were miles off the first time. When I say miles off, I mean like bronze medal miles off. Just not, it wasn't a particularly bad lap, it just obviously wasn't fast enough or tidy enough to get anywhere near the gold medal. So came out, stiffened everything up so I could be later on the brakes and throw things through the corners a little bit more, and we had to get rid of what, 2.3 seconds? Yeah, if the last one was tight, then this is whatever is tighter than tight. Enjoy. Ooh, it's done. But is it done? Well, it is, just by 0.08 of a second. So, yeah, that was hard. That is a hard target, that one. Either I'm crap with that bike, or it's a bit of a stiff target. I think it's probably the latter. Right, last one then. Portimao, or the Circuit de Algarve, or whatever we're calling it on this game. And we went for the last of the race bikes in the Extreme Naked DLC, whatever it was part of. And yes, I quite like XJR 12 and 1300s. I think they're a nice bike, big air cooled lump, a proper old school universal Japanese motorcycle, and I'm pretty certain it's an inline 4, but that sounds like 2 of the plug leads have been taken off. It doesn't sound very nice at all. But anyway, attempt number 1, synchronised falling off. I thought, no, it's alright, I've got a pace advantage from qualifying that was quite obvious. I'll go again into this bumpy nastiness, coming back up the hill, and we're off and it's down and I'm not quite sure what to do, and I'm looking at tyres and solutions that aren't really there. And then, yeah, I went through a bit of a mad 5 minutes of struggling to get past the first couple of corners. Attempt 2, we're off again. Attempt 3, I mean, the bike was quick, it sounds awful, but it was quite fast. We get on the curb, this one's a bit naughty. Yeah, I would not like to have been that man's testicles after that little adventure. Attempt 4, the old, everyone wants to be on the same line, people are braking all over the shop. Another tank slapper as well, nice. And it wasn't frustrating, it's just one of those little, I mean, look at that. Like, they brake, they're off the throttle, they're on the throttle, you don't know when they're going to shut off. That little thing where you get too close and all the pace vanishes out of them. And I just needed a bit of space, and rather than look for space, I was just looking to go blasting past everything and try and win it in the first bend, which obviously is not going to happen. So anyway, attempt number 6. we finally get it done. It sounds like a wet fart in a bag with a hole in each end, and there's nothing I can do about that, and it should sound really silky smooth and nice, and it doesn't. But it's the Algarve at sunset racing big old heavy motorcycles, and it was quite good. And it's done. It's done. Could have gone a bit harder on the front end. That front tyre wasn't having a great time of it. Decent gap as well, 5.5 seconds. I quite like the track. I might do that one. As a track guide next, a setup guide. We'll see. I need to get back into it. But all 5 are done. 5 golds. The second time attack at Okayama, that was brutal. Apart from that, that is a good event. I'm going to do that again. I'm going to do that with a few different bikes and give it a whirl. So thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to leave me a comment, a like, subscribe, whatever takes your fancy. It really is very much appreciated. And fingers crossed, I'll see you next time. Stay safe. Peace.